counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son, you got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude, you got to be willing to defend, you got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
Welcome into the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up on all things Brewers Pirates ahead of the series finale, game number 3 between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. It'll be the Big Woo, Brandon Woodruff on the bump for Milwaukee, going up against Mitch Keller of Pittsburgh. 11-game winning streak, game number 120 on the season, 110 first pitch from American Family Field today. How does the lineup look with burgers on the line? Let's get to it.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
Yes, starting lineups presented by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Thanks again to Lakeland University for being a part of the leadoff show. Now, I owe Pat Murphy an apology. The Pittsburgh Pirates don't have their lineup in yet. I will update you on the Pittsburgh Pirates lineup as soon as we get that. But Pat Murphy, you beat someone today. You were not the last lineup in. Here is the Brewers offense helping out Brandon Woodruff today. Sal Frelick will lead things off. He's in right field. Isaac Collins in left field will bat second. William Contreras, the catcher, will bat third. Christian Yelich is the DH today, batting fourth. Andrew Vaughn will bat fifth, play first base. Little bump up in the lineup at number 6. It is Bryce Terang playing second base. Blake Perkins in center field will bat 7th. Anthony Siegler, the third baseman, will bat 8th. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, batting 9th, rounds things out for the crew today. Wow, yesterday was incredible for Milwaukee, and it feels like every day we continue to say the same things about our Milwaukee Brewers right now. Red hot across all of Major League Baseball. No one else can really explain it either. Milwaukee 75-44 now. That is the best record in Major League Baseball. They are 41-20 at home. They are 34-24 on the road. They have had a phenomenal run, and it continued yesterday with Freddie Peralta on the mound.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
Oh, yeah, and a guy named Paul Skeens, whoever he is, was pitching for Pittsburgh yesterday. Freddie Peralta going up against Paul Skeens. Inning number 1, start things off with a bang. After Freddie is able to set them down 1-2-3 to start the game, a 7-pitch AB that ends like this for Sal Frelick. That was a key yesterday. We said that. Long ABs, stretch out Paul Skeens. Well, Sal Frelick exemplifies it on the very first batter of the game. All highlights courtesy FanDuel Sports Network as well. That was the tippy top of the iceberg yesterday for Milwaukee. Freddie continuing to roll, a great bounce back performance for Peralta. Scoreless through 3 innings on the Pirates' offensive side. In the bottom part of the third, Joey Ortiz flies out to start the game. Sal Frelick draws the walk after Isaac Collins would strike out. 2 outs and some more damage coming across courtesy of William Contreras. Wild Bill. I mean, Bill, professional hitter, whatever you call him, he is on one right now, and it is just as big as any acquisition could be at the beginning of August. It is a hot and ready William Contreras now for the Milwaukee Brewers, 2-0 after that RBI double. In the fourth inning, Caleb Durbin led things off. He popped out, wasn't able to do much. Did you guys expect Bryce Terang to become a power hitter right now? Bill Schroeder, I did not know you knew the terminology for bender, but you nailed it. On fire right now. Bryce Terang leads Major League Baseball in homers since August 1st, and they weren't done in that inning. Blake Perkins struck out looking, but Joey Ortiz, another double, continuing to stay hot right now. Joey Ortiz, he's had a phenomenal week. He's had a really solid month. He's batting .278 over his last 30 days right now. Joey Ortiz might be fully back. Sal Frelick helping him out, picking up another RBI to bring him home. They put up 4 runs against Paul Skeens, and he was done after 4 innings. They would bring in another man in the 5th. Ramirez allows the leadoff walk. Leadoff walks, man. Pat Murphy would have benched him. He would have took this guy out immediately, and he would have been all over it because then Christian Yelich decided to do this right after that. What a year for Christian Yelich right now. The power is back. Everyone is excited to see what Christian Yelich can do day in and day out. It is 6-0 Brewers through the 5th inning. Then we jump to the bottom part of the 6th. This is a long rewind. There was a lot to go down yesterday for the Milwaukee Brewers. Blake Perkins would single to center, and then Joey Ortiz grounds out into a fielder's choice. However, it was a throwing error, a fielding error by the second baseman. You could have, there's no way you did not think after the Pirates committed an error that the Brewers were not going to score in this inning. Bases were loaded after a Sal Frelick walk. Isaac Collins and William Contreras both pick up an RBI based on a sacrifice fly and a quick single. But then Andrew Vaughn, the exclamation point. Is he cold? No, he's back. $12-0. That clip gets cut off because Jeff Levering, who phenomenal job yesterday, had to call 5 homers. We've only played 4. That's foreshadowing for you people there. Letting the moment happen. Electricity is in the air right now in Milwaukee, and if you don't feel it, the Brewers sure as hell do right now. 12-0 after that homer from Andrew Vaughn. In the 8th inning, a position player pitching. Hey, they all count the same, and we play it either way, Caleb Durbin. $14-0 was the final in this one. Freddie Peralta picks up his major league leading 14th win on the season. Paul Skeens, the loss, falls to 7-9. Fourth scoreless start of 6 innings or more for Freddie Peralta in 2025. Now, Peralta recorded his team-leading 10th quality start in the game as well. Across 13 starts at home, Freddie has a 1.95 ERA while holding opponents to a 2.03 batting average now with a whip that just hits on 1. Freddie Peralta, massive bounce-back game for any narratives going against his ace status. That is exactly what you needed. A great move by the manager, Pat Murphy to give him one extra day of rest, have him showcase his stuff with Paul Skeens on the other side. And Paul Skeens, meanwhile, 8 innings of work this year with 8 earned runs against the Milwaukee Brewers. In his last, I believe it was like month before that, right? In July, he had given up 2 earned runs the whole month. Like, Paul Skeens broken when he is facing the Brewers right now, and Milwaukee showcasing that last night. 14-0 victory over the Pirates, now an 11-game winning streak for the Brewers.
Who was the MVP of the last game for the Crew? Who stood out the most? Let's find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
I don't know where to go with this because there were so many awesome performances, right? Christian Yelich, for instance, he was 3 for 3 in the contest, had 3 runs driven in. That's a very solid day. William Contreras, 2 for 4. He had 2 runs driven in. The Andrew Vaughn homer, that was a massive moment in the game yesterday to really just put a nail in the coffin. But you know I always try to make sure that we piece it up with someone who spoke to the media. And Salvatore Salamander, whatever his name is, Frelick, 2 for 4 in the contest. The leadoff bomb to set up a fantastic day on the offense for Milwaukee. He spoke after, and he has just some of the best words you're going to hear. He is telling everyone that there is no secret sauce other than friendship, other than culture right now with the Brewers. Sal Frelick after the game. Here he is. Audio courtesy Todd Rosiak.
Clicking offense seems to be rolling, and really think it starts with our starters and bullpen who have done a great job. I think obviously you see we're scoring a ton of runs, but there's a lot of zeros and ones on the board every game, and that's a credit to them.
How big is it to set the tone like that against Skeens with a leadoff homer?
Yeah, wanted to make sure everyone up and had a quality at bat first and foremost, and I think it was just a little bonus that I was able to get one over the fence there.
When you're putting together a streak like this, it's the consistency and repetition, but how do you do that in a game where there's so many facing different kinds of pitchers from bat to bat and from start to start?
Yeah, I mean, that's our job, I guess. There's a lot of credit that goes to our hitting coaches, Buffy, Connor, E.T., game planning these starters every day, bullpens on new teams that come in. We go up there fully confident, ready to go, committed to our plan, our approach, the one they give us. And as you can see, it's been working out.
Are you guys aware at the top of the order that Skeens yet to give up a run in the first inning this season coming into tonight's game?
No, I didn't know that, no.
Did anyone know that? I'm sorry, I never stopped these. That was the first run Paul Skeens has given up in the first inning all year. And Sal Frelick did it with a leadoff homer. All right, sorry, Sal Frelick, we're back to you.
That's cool, I guess, but
It's probably a stat you don't want to know going in, right?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just he's obviously one of the best pitchers in the league, and I think I'm probably like 0 for 8 against him coming into today. I hadn't gotten a hit off him, and
Sal Frelick was 0 for 8 against him in his career. Okay, I'm sorry, Sal.
I haven't really gotten any good wood on it either, so just to be able to get a good piece there was nice.
We heard all through the first half of the season how you guys didn't hit home runs and have a lot of power or slug, and you got 23 this month, which is the most of anyone in baseball. Is that just a matter of time until the bats heated up?
No, I mean, when we think bats heated up, it has nothing to do with homers. Like, homers are bonuses. Homers are, pitch, not hit. Murph will say that a lot, and I truly believe it. When we stick to our approach and, put good at-bats together, that's when those home run pitches show up. So I think that's a product of that, not a product of us necessarily just, heating up, because for us, heating up is hitting singles, hitting doubles, and putting pressure on defenses and bunting. That's our offense. So again, like when we hit homers, it's a bonus. It really is.
So kind of around the game, people are surprised at what you're doing, and I don't think it's a knock on any of you guys. It's just they didn't have you as this sort of team. Are you surprised at this, that it's this level of production?
No, not really. I mean, it's the culture. It's what we believe in, and I think we've seen it the past like 7-8 years. Like, it's just we find a way to win baseball games, and our brand of baseball is different than everybody else's, but I mean it works, and we love playing that brand too, and every guy we get like loves playing that brand, and that's why it's so cool when you see guys like Lockridge and you see guys like Vonner come in here and just embrace it. And we got veterans like Yelly, who's an MVP. Guy hits 40 homers a year in his career, like, and he'll bump a guy over if it's a tough matchup, or find a way with 2 strikes to just put the ball in play to get a run across. And like, that's what we take pride in, and that's what we'll always take pride in first, more so than just trying to hit homers or trying to be flashy, stuff like that.
As silly as it might sound, what is there to love about this style of play? Why do you guys love it so much?
I mean, it's fun, and I think a lot of the guys in this room, and it's a credit to the front office and Murph and Ricky, it's like they understand the type of player it takes to play in this offense and this team, and it's guys who take pride in base running and defense and pitching and the little things more so than the numbers you see on the board when a player goes up to the plate. Like, guys don't care if they go 0 for 4 when we win 10-0. Guys don't care if they go 3 for 3 when we lose. Like, that's just not who this team is, and it's really fun to be a part of it.
Can you tell that you frustrate other teams when you guys are doing stuff like that and taking advantage of their errors, and it just seems like it just snowballs?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we try to do every single game, is like, we're not trying to go up there and get hits necessarily, although we are, but it's more just how much pressure can we apply to a pitcher and a defense, and how much can we get them to get on their heels, especially early in the game. And we know that even if we don't score or scrape a run across, like, the next inning they come out, they're already on their heels, and that's just kind of how we take every single game.
Are you looking up at the scoreboard, and when you see a football score, are you a little surprised?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to score a lot of runs. But, I'm not, like, surprised by any means, especially when the offense is clicking like it is and we're getting great support from the pitchers. So, yeah.
There is Sal Freelick. I messed that up. Sorry. Audio courtesy of Adam McCalvey on Twitter. We have some sound from Todd Rosiak coming up later on in here as well. That's why I want to bring that up. But I need to say this, too. Stop asking the Brewers, whether it's Pat Murphy, Matt Arnold, any player, stop asking if they're surprised. They are not surprised anymore. That right there that you just heard from Sal Freelick, that was belief. There is no surprises. He is no longer surprised at anything this team does. And I believe that from the top down. They believe that from the top down. There is no more surprises with the Milwaukee Brewers at this rate. Why would there not be? Why would there be any more surprises right now? The Brewers are 50-16 over their last 66 games. They are 26-4 over their last 30 games. They are 14-1 over their last 15 games. They have won 11 straight games. This is the second time they have done that in a little over a month. They are not surprised anymore. Nothing surprises this team. This team has established themselves as we are different. We are going to play different. And I cannot wait until we talk to Drew Wagner when he asked that question of creating slug, and he then gets the reply of home runs are pitched and they are not hit, right? Oh, I know he's going to love that. I can't wait to hear what he asked and how he might have smirked during that question. Because I guarantee you, Drew, who has been saying that all year long, probably talking with Murphy about it, even Drew Wagner is bought in on the culture with this team. As a reporter, just being around them, you can tell that there are no more surprises with this team. This is belief. This is culture. The Brewers don't get surprised anymore. They believe they are better than you, not down the stretch, not for what they've done, but every day they will be better than you at this point. Coming up, we're going to talk to Luis Olmos over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook get you some of the best bets we hit on plus 400 yesterday. Great pinch hit performance from Luis Olmos. We're going to have Drew Wagner joining us, presented by Focus Baseball at 12:40 as well today. First pitch from American Family Field is going to be 1:10 today. We are just about 50 minutes away from the Brewers going for the famous 12-game winning streak. It's the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
At the wall, looking up. See you later.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Luis Olmos over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Pirates do have their lineup in now. We'll run through that quickly. Ronnie Simon leads things off. He's in right field. Spencer Horwitz at first base will bat second. Brian Reynolds, the DH, will bat third. Tommy Pham is in left field batting fourth today. Nick Gonzalez, the second baseman, will bat fifth. Jack Sawinski in center field bats sixth. Joey Bart is catching, batting seventh. Jared Triolo, the shortstop, will bat eighth. Isaiah Kenner Falefi, the third baseman, will bat ninth. Now for Milwaukee's lineup, Sal Frelick leads things off. He's in right field. Isaac Collins in left field will bat second. William Contreras, the catcher, will bat third. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat fourth. Andrew Vaughn at first base will bat fifth. Bryce Terang at second base bats sixth. Blake Perkins in center field bats seventh today. Anthony Siegler, the third baseman, batting eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting ninth. Joining the show now, pinch hitting for our guy Austin Herdina. It is the senior media manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. 1 for 1 in his last one on bets here on the leadoff show. Mr. Luis Olmos joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. Luis, I mean, what a game to start right back up with us here.
What a game indeed. I feel like Steve Young when he finally got that monkey off his back. I'm back. It's the plus 400 hit. I was a little worried. I'm like, are they going to pull Freddie? Is he going to get those last 2 strikeouts for me? But, he came through Bryce with an absolute bomb. I'm like, they're going to have to start calling him Barry Terang at this point because he's not hitting cheapies right now. These are absolute tanks that he is hitting. And then to turn that around on Skeens, I'm like, Paul Skeens against everybody else is out of this world. And against the Brewers, he can't figure out this lineup.
No, and no one can right now, Luis. It doesn't matter who it is. And Paul Skeens, if he's not safe, no one is safe with this Brewers offense. Luis, I'm going to now start this mantra here. We are no longer allowed to be surprised, okay? So from here on out, you are not surprised that the Brewers do anything from this point on in the season. You believe now. Just say that you believe, because Milwaukee at this point is done enough to where it is past the point of surprise, and it's just belief and culture at this point.
And, it's always been, I feel like with Brewers of years past, it's either they have hitting or they have pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The two have never lined up. When they made that run in 11, all the hitting in the world, right? But the pitching, non-existent. Then you get to a couple years later, the pitching was all there, right? Against the Dodgers, they had Burns and Woodruff and all these guys, but the hitting was like, these guys, you got Yelich. Well, this year now, you look at this lineup and Frelick and Collins and Contreras and Yelich and Vaughn and Terang. I love the lineup today where you sandwich Vaughn in between, Terang and Yelich, and he's just going to get balls to hit, and then you get back Jackson Churio at some point. You get back Reese Hoskins at some point. You're thinking they didn't add anything at the deadline. Well, maybe Matt Arnold knew what he was doing because he was going to get 2 big bats back to eventually move, Blake Perkins and Collins to more of maybe a platoon role at that point. But, it's going to be a good problem to have in a couple of weeks when it's like, who's not playing today, right? Yeah. It's going to be a great problem. So no, I'm not surprised anymore because both things are lining up: the hitting and the pitching and that bullpen. On all facets, defense, speed. There's just nothing right now that you're like, I guess they can improve in that because. Eugenio Suarez has 1 home run since the deadline. How many does Bryce Terang have?
He's got the most. He's got the most in the majors since that time right now, Luis. It's incredible. It's awesome. But stop telling people if people say they're surprised, just say no. Start believing. Stop being surprised. You believe. Now, Luis Olmos joining us from the Potawatomi Sportsbook, senior media manager over there, looking at the most popular bets courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers, pretty big favorites on the money line today at minus 265. Minus 1.5 will get you closer to even odds at minus 114, and the over-under set at 7.5 as well. But yesterday we ignored all of those and we hit on plus 400. So Luis, take it away. What do you like today over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook for some odds and get a little parlay for the people going again?
I have 3 legs going today, right? We're going straight Brewers money line because I want my free burger.
Yeah.
I want that free burger. So let's go Brewers money line. Let's go Sal Frelick over 1.5 hits. He's been fantastic. He's up there in batting average. So over 1.5 hits for Sal, and then over 1.5 total bases by Andrew Vaughn. Like I said, I love where he's sandwiched in the lineup between Yelich and Terang. It's like, hey, if you don't pitch to Yelich or Terang, Vaughn's going to get – and look, if it gets late in the game and the score's a little up there, Vaughn is swinging for the fences. Last night you could tell he was just waiting on a pitch.
I think he might be psycho in a good way. Like, I really do. Like, he's never has emotions. He's always soft-spoken. Like, I think Chicago just ripped him to shreds when he was down there, and he almost doesn't know how to act when he got up here and how he's been able to handle this. So I completely agree with you. Like, his spot right now is perfect wherever he is because he just continues to mash baseballs. And I think in his brain, he has to tell himself, like, I hate baseballs. I need to do damage to baseballs.
And maybe he just sees a White Sox logo on every baseball that comes up to him, right? Or Comiskey Park. It's just
Reinsdorf's face right on it, right? Yeah.
Everything, it's just maybe it's a lot of times the guy just needed to change the scenery. But I feel like a lot of Brewers are very just even keel, right? Yelich, you never see him get too high, get too low. Perkins, when he had that, he had an interview, and I was just like, man, this guy just hit a walk-off hit. He's very calm. Collins, calm guy. Like they're not too high, they're not too low. They're right where they need to be. I think they understand it's August 13th and there's a long season ahead of them still. So I love the demeanor of these guys. It's really it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's incredibly fun to watch. One more time, the Potawatomi Sportsbook Parlay today. Brewers money line, you had to put that in today. We can't be rooting against anything other than that. Sal Frelick over 1.5 hits. Andrew Vaughn over 1.5 total bases. That'll pay plus 650 today over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. So get a little bit better odds than we had yesterday on our plus 400. And Luis, what's been going on over at Potawatomi? People need to know about the shuttle service. I'm sure already in full use today. Continue to plug that and anything else that's going on over at Potawatomi.
Come on down, get a club card. If you don't have a club card just yet, we have these amazing Brewers branded club cards, and they're flying off the shelf right now. People want them. So if you have a player's card already, great. Come and get a new one with that Brewers branding on it. But if you don't have one yet, come on down, sign up for a card, get the Brewers card, and we're going to give you some free play just for signing up. You're getting $10 just for signing up to get a card. And all you need is an ID. So come on down. Anytime you're here, sign up. We're going to get you some free money, and you get this really cool, awesome. It's a limited edition Brewers players card that you'll be able to get.
That's so awesome. And then go ahead, place a couple bets on the Brewers. I mean, again, like literally just bet on the Brewers to win every day. Odds are that you're going to be all right. If you're ever going to the game, bet on the Brewers to win, because then you'll get the shuttle ride over to American Family Field, and they bring you back on top of that. And you get free play when you're on there too, right?
You get free play on the way back. Yes, if you're at that shuttle right back, we're giving you some money just to come back and play. All you need to do is buy a drink, place a bet, even a $5 bet on the Brewers. A $5 bet on the Brewers, if you've been placing that, like you said, the past 10, 11 games, you're doing all right. Heck, if you've been placing a $5 bet the past 45 games, you're probably doing all right. So, yeah, come and place that bet. Get your reservations for tables for the UFC pay-per-view coming up this week. It's a great, great card, right? Duplessis is plus 195 underdog right now, and he's the champion. So I'm excited to see how that plays out. I think it's going to be a fantastic fight. I'm excited to see that card this weekend.
Yeah, where do they go if they want to make a reservation, Luis?
Potawatomi.com.
There it is. Easy enough. Luis Olmos, his parlay for the people again today. Brewers money line, Sal Frelick over 1.5 hits. Andrew Vaughn over 1.5 total bases. That'll pay plus 650 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Luis, have a great rest of your day. How do you like your burgers, Luis?
Medium. Got to go medium. Always medium.
Yeah, little bit more cooking than a steak. I get it. You put all the works on it, toppings?
Depends. Sometimes I am a ketchup, lettuce, tomato, mayo guy. Mm-hmm. Other times I am just give me bacon and a bunch of bacon and cheese on there, and I am a happy man. So it really depends on the mood. But normally I like a nice loaded burger with some lettuce, tomato, ketchup, mayo, maybe a little mustard on there.
Well, no reason for me asking. We don't grill our burgers, but we don't eat our burgers before they grill, right? That's the saying everyone always says.
And you're only asking for burgers because we have a fantastic burger here at Burger Company in our marketplace. So come on down and get some of the best burgers you can in the city here as well. Not free here, but it's worth the price.
I mean, Luis is just the plug king over there at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Have a great rest of your day, Luis, and of course, go Brewers.
Go Brewers.
There he is. Luis Olmos, Senior Media Manager, jumps off the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. I mean, you are excited about Brewers right now. I got more news for you in this next one here.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? Ironworkers Local 8 brings you Building a Winner. Building Milwaukee's future, one beam at a time. Apply now at IWL8.org.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8. Thanks again to Ironworkers Local 8. I mean, they're just great. They've been a part of this show for so long, and really, it's maybe my most excited I get the entire show. Every single day now we take a look around the minor leagues, and there's so much going on you need to know about, people. I'm telling you, it's massive. Let's start with AAA.
Nashville Sounds.
Nashville picks up the victory 5-4 over the Durham Bulls. Chad Patrick pitched in the game yesterday, keeping an eye on what Chad Patrick's been doing. 6 innings of work, 4 earned runs, but 8 strikeouts for Chad Patrick. Another name that I want you guys to keep an eye on. While there was hits from Daz Cameron, Jefferson Cuero went 2 for 3, had 5 RBIs in the game. Another one, Stuart Baroa. And that is because Stuart Baroa, who yesterday went 2 for 4, scored 3 runs yesterday in the contest. I do think Isaac Collins has a paternity leave coming up, and Stuart Baroa, I think, is going to be my pick for who's going to come up because he is on the 40-man already and would get moved up when Isaac Collins is gone. He plays a very similar style to all of these Brewers, so don't worry. I don't expect him to be smacking the ball all over the place, but he's fast. He can play the outfield. Very versatile out there. Stuart Baroa, make sure you keep a name on that as well, because I think he is probably the prime suspect to come up to replace Isaac Collins on that short stint paternity leave.
Biloxi Shuckers.
Biloxi yesterday, they pick up a victory 7-6 over the Clingstones. Now, Cooper Pratt had a homer, had a walk-off hit in the game yesterday. He was 3 for 5, had 4 RBIs. That was the game you were seeing and waiting for with Cooper Pratt, who's been a little bit quieter. He's dropped a little bit on the top 100 prospect rankings. But don't forget, he's going to be a part of this plan in some capacity too, whether he is moved up throughout the minor leagues and eventually makes it on this big league club, or it's a piece that gets moved on later from. The better Cooper Pratt does, the better for everyone. Blake Burke has been on a tear as well in Biloxi. He is 2 for 4 yesterday. Again, Matthew Wood picks up a run and an RBI as well as he hit his 5th home run of the season. Garrett Spain homered in the game. Everything going well in Biloxi. As you know, they're going to be in postseason play eventually here pretty soon too, and they continue to tee off as well.
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
Timber Rattlers, guys, I don't know what to tell you guys. I tried to tell you, and it was never any shade. It was never shade on Jesus Mate, but I told you there is no shot that there are 15 better prospects in Major League Baseball than Luis Pena. And if you were in Appleton yesterday, you saw it.
Scheduled to make an appearance as Pena to left and deep. Hey, off the gutter here. And we're tied on Pena's 2nd home run as a Rattler, and we're going to laugh about that one.
I don't know why they were laughing. I never got the context of that, why it was funny, but Luis Pena, 18 years old, he balls, man. He just knows ball. He is very, very good at baseball. I have no other expert analysis to tell you that I'm not concerned about whether or not his power is as good as Jesus Mate, because every day he just shows up and he believes. He's already a perfect fit for this Brewers team, launching his 2nd home run of High A as the Timber Rattlers would win 4-3 over the Loons. Mate, by the way, 1 for 3 in the game as well. No shade at Jesus Mate. We're not saying from any ill will from Jesus Mate. Excited to see what he brings too. But Luis Pena, man, I just believe in Luis Pena.
Carolina Mudcats.
Mudcats, last place to get. Really, a lot of guys gone up to High A, but there's still plenty to hear about. As yesterday, Josh Adamczewski, he picked up a triple, had 2 RBIs in the game, 2 hits, 2 RBIs in the game. We saw Eric Batanti pick up a hit and an RBI, another guy we're keeping an eye on, and they won, as I said, 7-5 over the Woodpeckers. They are in first place now of the Carolina League. They are 60-43. They continue to figure things out and look very well. Dominican Summer League was in action as well. The gold team fell to the Dodgers and the blue team fell to the Guardians, but 4-0 from AAA down to low A. Brewers minor leagues, man. Best record in baseball and the best farm in baseball right now. Truly incredible from what the Brewers have been able to do. This Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future one beam. Oh, I almost said team. One beam at a time. I'm just so fired up about Brewers baseball right now. It is, you guys feel it, right? Everyone else feels it. I'm not the only one that senses the electricity right now with Brewers baseball. Everyone can feel it. The city can feel it, right? I hope I'm not crazy. I'll ask Drew Wagner that on the other side. He's going to join the leadoff show. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Sign your kids up now for July open tryouts at focusbaseball.com, ages 6 to 17.
Welcome back to the Leadoff Show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up on all things Brewers Pirates ahead of game number 3 between the two ball clubs. Before we get over to Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports, Milwaukee's lineup one last time today. Sal Frelick in right field will lead things off. Isaac Collins in left field will bat second. William Contreras, the catcher, will bat third. Christian Yelich, the DH, bats fourth. Andrew Vaughn at first base will bat fifth. Bryce Terang at second base will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field bats seventh. Anthony Siegler at third base bats eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting ninth. Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, you can follow his work at Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter at @Andrew_Wagner. It is Drew Wagner joining us here on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. Mr. Wagner, how are we this early afternoon?
We're hungry. We're hungry, Tommy. We're hungry, like all of Milwaukee. We're hungry for a burger.
Wow. Drew, I mean, I was getting ready to ask if you heard Jack Stern this morning talking about how surprised he would be if burgers didn't come on, but now it feels like you're feeling some of that juice too as well, Drew.
Well, you know me. I'm a man that likes to eat. I'm a man that loves George Webb. I mean, hell, I did a commercial for him once years ago. If I ever find someone dumb enough to marry me, I'd have George Webb cater the wedding. Yeah, I'm fired up for it.
That is exactly what I would expect at a Drew Wagner wedding. Drew, I do want to ask you two things about press conference or post media availability yesterday. Okay, one, when Sal Frelick said our homers are pitched and not hit, did you crack any sort of grin, smile? Was there a tingle through your body? Like, did you think, wow, Sal, I've been saying that for so long?
No, when you're as right as often as I am, you just get used to it.
It was on your question too, Drew.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, I mean, just proving once again that Wagner knows what he's talking about, right?
I felt so good for you in the moment. I really did. I was like, oh, he just said it. Like pointing when they say the name of a movie title in the movie, right? Like that's what it was for me. And Drew, I have the next one. I would like you to decree and to make sure that you can police this. I want zero more questions about surprises anymore with this team, Drew. I don't think that you can say, does this surprise? Are you surprised? What's surprising? Any more about this ball club, Drew? And I understand they are playing the Pittsburgh Pirates, who don't have a lot to play for right now. But if anything from that Sal Frelick postgame availability, you can tell that they are never surprised anymore, Drew. All they are is believing at this point.
You're right. And, it goes back well past this year. I mean, they were doing this last year, too. And I honestly don't understand. You hear it from the national media, and then you get, like, all the TV people that just pop in, all of a sudden when they're good and the Packers have a day off, and they're asking all these goofy questions. Like, where have you been? Like, they've been doing this every day now for months. And the other thing that I keep hearing is, well, this can't last forever. Well, it's lasted a year and a half, man. Like, yeah, they stumbled out of the gate. They were pretty rocky for the first month or so of the season, first 6 weeks. But for the most part, since the start of last year, they've been in command. And even going further back, when you look at this stretch of Brewers baseball the last couple of years, like, it shouldn't be surprising anymore. This is who they are. They're a good team. Are they as good as they've been playing lately? Probably not. Like, few teams really are. But they're a good team. They are legitimately a good team.
Yeah, no more surprises. Like, stop asking about surprise. Do the check game with me, okay? I need your help on this. If someone asks about surprises, make a mental note, make a tally, whatever it is. I want everyone who keeps saying surprise, check, okay? That's the check game that we're playing here because there's no more surprises. Stop being surprised about this team. 50-16 over their last 66. 26-4 over their last 30, 11 straight games right now for the Milwaukee Brewers. It's no more surprises. It's all belief at this point. Drew Wagner joining us here on the leadoff show. Drew, another question I want to ask you here is since let's just go post All-Star break to make it a little bit nicer as opposed to trade deadline. Who do you think really that in that time span, whose emergence is the most important? And I know it's hard to pinpoint it here, but you're talking about Bryce Terang. Now all he does is hit home runs. William Contreras, completely different player since post All-Star break. Oh, and Joey Ortiz is hitting 278 over his last 30 days right now. When you point to someone who really turned it around at the midpoint of the season, who do you see as being maybe the biggest impact on this Brewers team that did that?
I think if you have to pick one person, maybe Ortiz, just because being able to contribute from that 9 spot, he's coming up with guys on, the bases loaded all the time. And even when he's coming up without those guys on, being able to get on base, draw it out at bat, get a walk, whatever, being able to flip that order another time just makes this offense all the more potent. That's the weird thing. You talked about surprise before. The surprise is basically who's going to do it on any given night because it hasn't been one guy carrying this team. It's not like someone's on a raging heater and everyone's rotting their back. They did that with Churio for a bit last year. They've done it Yelich several years ago.
Well, they did it with Hoskins earlier in the year. You remember he was the only guy.
Right. Every night they're getting contributions from up and down the lineup, and a different guy coming up with the big hit every night, but it's truly a 1 through 9 thing. Like they're getting contributions from everyone in the lineup on a nightly basis. That's the standout thing about this. It isn't one guy. It isn't one standout guy. If you have to pick a guy, I'll go with Ortiz contributing that 9 spot, but really, this is just total team offense right now.
Yeah, the power of friendship and teammateship right now. Brewers riding that wave and have been for 2 months now. It's not just this week or the last 2 weeks. It's 2 months now. They've been in this full groove and have picked up a completely different wave of Brewers baseball right now. Drew, one more thing about yesterday. How big was that for Freddie? Not just to say that he went 6 innings, struck out 7, but he kept the pitch count low. He threw 89 pitches after a day of rest. Damn, Pat Murphy looked smart with that day of rest, did he not?
Yeah, it really seemed to pay off, didn't it? That was probably his best performance of the season yesterday. I know he had the 8-inning outing. I think it was his second time out this year. But he was really good yesterday. He was efficient. He was effective. He was attacking the zone. You can point to it and say, well, the Pirates are the Pirates, and be that as it may. But he went out there going up against an ace, knowing that, expecting that the run totals were going to be low for his offense, knowing that he had to be sharp. He really answered the bell yesterday.
Yeah, and didn't waver away when the offense handled business, right? Like, that's something that could happen to a pitcher, too, where, hey, I have a 4-run, 6-run lead, whatever it is, I can maybe mail it in, and he didn't do that yesterday at all, Drew.
No, he just locked in and went full-blown attack Freddie. He got that cushion to work with, knew that he had a little breathing room, and was able to just stay in the zone, pound it with strikes, and make those guys beat him.
Drew Wagner joining us here on the Leadoff Show. Follow him on Twitter at @ByAndrewWagner. All right, let's talk about today, right? Everyone knows that the 12-game winning streak up in the air. Is there a better guy who you would rather go up and represent you right now with burgers on the line than Brandon Woodruff, who has been the most tenured pitcher on this team? He's the guy who waited 2 years to come back to pitch just for this team, and he's been phenomenal since he's been back now, Drew. Is this the guy the Brewers want on the mound for that moment?
I mean, absolutely. How can you not? Hell, if he's the guy that pitches the city to burgers, I mean, they may as well just give the guy a lifetime contract at that point, no matter what it costs. I mean, he's going to be a folk hero forever. And it's kind of a full circle moment because remember, the Brewers have been good now for a couple months, but they've been especially dominant over their last 40 or so games, starting with when Woody made his return in Miami. That rattled off the first 11-game winning streak. They've been absolutely dominant since he returned to this team. I mean, it's no coincidence. I think it's a great moment. He's the guy that you want out there. He's your ace. He's your stud. He's your franchise cornerstone. Like that's the guy you want out there. To clinch the burgers, but more importantly, clinch yet another sweep. Clinch 4 straight sweeps. Add to that cushion in the NL Central. Give yourself some more breathing room for when that swoon inevitably comes. That's the guy that you want out there.
Drew Wagner joining us here on the Leadoff Show. Drew, this is just the NL record now, which I don't know. I don't have enough public school education to do the full math, but do you understand that the Brewers are 24 games away from being 500 as a ball club since being in the National League? I mean, isn't that just incredible what they've done?
I've been looking at that for pretty much the last 2 years, watching that number grow. And a couple of weeks ago, I think it was right before the homestand, I looked and said, they could be above 500 in the National League before the end of the season. And that's incredible because this franchise, save for a handful of years there in the late 70s, early 80s, had basically been, to quote Pat Murphy, lower than whale poop. Mm-hmm. There's still, I think, 200 games under 500 as a franchise, but even that is remarkable because it wasn't that long ago that there were like 500 games under 500. What they've done these last almost a decade now, Stearns came in here at the end of 2015 and started that overhaul. It's nothing short of amazing. It is absolutely amazing that this franchise that had been the pinnacle of mediocrity for so long, for a generation, had won 2 playoff spots to boast in 30 some years. It is now It's at the point now where everyone's mad that they don't advance in the playoffs. It's not even a matter of are they going to get to the playoffs anymore. It's are they going to advance in the playoffs, and that's how far this has come.
It's incredible. It really is. 083 batting average, 148 on base percentage, 208 slugging percentage. Subtract that by 0. That's how close you are to Eugenio Suarez's week, Drew Wagner.
And I'm shocked by that because I thought he was God's gift to baseball offense. I mean, that said, the Mariners are on a bit of a heater too.
They are.
Even without him producing. Yeah. I think they've won 8 in a row now.
They're tied, I think, in the AL West now. Yep.
Yeah, pulled into a tie in the AL West. So no knock on the Mariners. They're having a hell of a year, and they made that big move. But it just goes to show that it's no guarantee. It's no guarantee. And I understand people were pissed off that the Brewers didn't make a big deal at the deadline. But I said all along, there's no guarantee that these guys are going to do that after the trade. He had hit 36 home runs at the time. Well, those 36 home runs have already been hit. They don't transfer over. You don't get credit for those. It was a smart move to hold on to the depth, especially with the injuries that have popped up since. But yeah, Brewers seem to have come out okay despite not making a move, despite, not addressing their need for a bat. They seem to be doing okay.
They seem to be doing great. And Bryce Durang, is he going to hit 20 homers this year?
I mean, why not? He's at 12 right now.
Right.
The way that he's hitting, I mean, that would be an incredible turn of events. If Bryce Durang finishes with 20 home runs, I mean, he had 6 going through the end of July. He's got 6 now in 11 games in August. I mean, sky's the limit here.
Why not? Why not? Drew, I took you a little late today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the game. We'll do it again on Friday, my friend.
Sounds good.
There he is, Drew Wagner. Follow him on Twitter @byAndrewWagner. Forbes Sports, where you can find his work. He hops off the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
We are so late. I don't care. I do not care. This is Brewers time right now. Whatever it takes to get to 12, that's today's key to the game. Don't look ahead. We are on Burger Watch until the 8th inning. You cannot be on Burger Warning until the 8th inning. I don't care what the score is. If it's 14-0, 21-0, does not matter. But, man, it would be awesome. And Brandon Woodruff being the guy to do it for Milwaukee, that just seems like the cherry on top right now of what this Brewers season has been. Stop being surprised. Start believing. That's the other line today. That's going to do it for us here at The Fan. Tommy Wortz been with you the last hour or so. First pitch from American Family Field coming up at 1:10 today. Brandon Woodruff going up against Mitch Keller of the Pittsburgh Pirates. No leadoff show tomorrow with the day off. We are still waiting to hear who will be the first man out. It is an Apple TV Plus game on Friday. I know everyone's going to be mad. I waited till the end of the show, so I didn't tell you in the beginning part, so you didn't turn me off. But yes, it will be on Apple TV Plus. So whether you need to sign up for a free subscription, use a different email, use a different card, I'm telling you right now. And then you can cancel it, get that free subscription out. We will be back on Friday. That game starting at 5:44. 30 leadoff show on Friday as the Brewers will take on the Reds. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Don't forget, send them home.